What is guys, HyRoolLegend once again, and I'm coming at you guys with another content of Cookie Run Kingdom. And in this video, we're going to be going over the last PVE tier list for 2022. Now we're officially adding Pinecone, who is going to be the last cookie of 2022. And so here we go, guys. Of course, this tier list is going to be based on my opinion as well as my experience within the world exploration. So let's get into it. First of all, we're going to start off with first to get. There's no really meta for world exploration because nothing really changes within the world exploration, guys. I mean, it just kind of gets harder, or new stages gets added, but there really isn't a meta. All right, so let's get to it. First to get is going to include Wildberry, Brood, Eclair, Vampire, Captain Caviar, Cotton, as well as Cream Unicorn. So these cookies I definitely recommend you guys to first get in order to push through the world exploration stages. Of course, Vampire is going to require magic candy sooner or later, but even without it, you guys can still kill a lot of the bosses with the help of something like Eclair as well as Captain Caviar and the Slingshot when you guys need it. Alright, so these cookies are super strong, super stable, just right out of the box. So as long as you get these cookies, they're going to really help you guys out in a lot of the world exploration stages. And the good thing is that all of them are going to be epic cookies, being able to be purchased through the mileage shop, except for Brute as of right now, because Brute is one of the newer cookies that has been released. All right, so first to get, guys. Now moving on to the SS tier, which are going to be more of the super high rarity, as well as some of the epic cookies that are super good still. And that's going to include Dark Cacao, Purple Yam with the magic candy, as well as Black Pearl Sherbet, Sea Fairy, Espresso with the magic candy, Squidding with the magic candy. We got Sorbet, Clotted Cream, we got Pumpkin Pie, Caramel Arrow, Oyster, BTS, we got Pure Vanilla, Pomegranate, Parfait, as well as Carol. So some of you guys, put like, Black Pearl is the first to get, or Sherbet is the first to get. The reason why I don't add these cookies, who are going to be higher rarity than epic, onto the first to get is because of the fact that there are not really a way for you to get them unless you guys have the events going on for like someone like Sherbet. Besides that, you gotta actually do the gacha, right? You gotta get lucky to first to get those cookies. So that's the reason why I don't put these cookies within the first to get, but put it on the SS tier, which is pretty much the highest tier that I put the cookies on. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you guys are watching and you're like, why Sherbet not in the first to get? But all of these cookies are super good, guys. Within the world exploration, they're gonna be the most used within the entire game right now. Dark Cacao, I would say, is probably the most offensive as well as the most useful frontline tank, because of the fact that there is the Zap, which is going to get rid of a lot of the HP shields that are going to be inside of the world exploration. Purple Yam is very sturdy and just able to self-sustain himself with the magic candy. And then we got someone like Black Pearl, Sherbet, Espresso, Squidding, Clotted Cream. They're all able to do really good damage, but keep in mind that sometimes in World Exploration Episode 14, some of these cookies can kill themselves because of the fact that they are able to attack multiple times and die from damage reflection. So that's when you use someone like Sea Fairy, who is going to be able to do burst damage, someone like Sorbet, someone like you can use Caramel Arrow, I believe, as well, and Squidding with the magic candy, or even without the magic candy, and they are able to just vanish and not take any damage. And then Pumpkin Pie and Oyster are going to be the two summoners that are going to be really good. And besides that, they're all the healers really, and the support, including someone like BTS. Absolutely amazing for episode 13 and 14 because of the injury debuff. We got Pure Vanilla, Pomegranate, Parfait. Parfait is also really good for episode 13 and 14. Carol. So these three are going to be main healer, support, attack boost, as well as we got crit damage and crit boost here for Carol. And then Pure Vanilla is just a really good burst healer still. Alright, now moving on to the S tier are going to be Financier, Dark Cacao, Werewolf with the magic candy. And I am actually officially going to put Pinecone Cookie into S tier as well. And Crunchy Chip, Frost Queen, Licorice Cookie with the magic candy, Rye Cookie with the magic candy, as well as Macaron and Herb. So I've actually moved up Frost Queen from A tier to S tier. Although there hasn't really been a change since the last one. The reason why I did that is because of how much damage I realized that Frost Queen is able to still do, especially when used with Sherbet. Or even without Sherbet, honestly, there's a lot more damage that is being done to the enemies with Frost Queen after the Frost debuff. So I think it's better to put Frost Queen on S tier. Of course, not SS tier worthy because of the lack of damage still to bosses and to enemies immune to freeze. But still, when there's a lot of Frost debuffs, Frost stacks being there, even without the freeze damage, she's still able to do a good chunk of damage. So I think she's at least worth the S tier rank. And then Pinecone's a good DPS. However, without the skill, without the transformation, or without being able to ride the golem, they can be pretty squishy as a bomber cookie, right? So I think it's better to put Pinecone as an S tier rather than an SS tier, because of the synergy that you need to have with Sherbet. So I think Pinecone is really, really good, but I'm gonna keep it at S tier as of right now. And then Licorice Cookie with the Magic Candy is really, really good for bosses, as well as the enhanced Licorice Servants are pretty good within the world exploration. So I'm gonna move Licorice Cookie up to the S tier, and the rest of them are going to stay the same as before. Now moving on to the A tier are going to be Strawberry Crepe, Cocoa, Hollowberry, Milk Cookie with the Magic Candy, Kumio, Black Raisin, Latte, Cherry Blossom, Mango, Twizzy Gummy. We got Tiger Lily, Affogato, Sparkling, as well as Cream Puff. All right, and then now the B tier are going to be T9. We got Red Velvet, you got Moon Rabbit, Madeline, Mala Sauce, Poison Mushroom, Almond, Mint Choco, as well as Candy Diver. These cookies are really, really okay to be used. Not the best, very situational, very... it's gonna be like the last resort to you guys if you guys don't have any of the cookies in the A tier and the S tier. And the A tier guys, they're really decent, they're good, but there are better options for you guys to choose from, especially from the top 3 tiers up top, okay? And then the next one is gonna be C tier. C tier is still gonna include Raspberry, as well as Pastry and Snow Sugar. So Snow Sugar is pretty low down here because even with the Frost, debuff that has been added into their kit, it's still not as good as, using other cookies. So that's the reason why I have Snow Sugar still at C tier. And the last one is, of course, going to be the don't use. It's going to include Chili Pepper, Fig, Lilac, Sonic, as well as Tail. They're not good, guys. Don't use them. They're not worth your EXP Star Jellies right now. Unless Lilac, they receive something with some speed comps coming back. But that's pretty much it, guys. So that's going to conclude the last official tier list for PvE of 2022. Let's see how much this is going to change as the 2023 rolls through and a lot more cookies are being added. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.